Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at fitting the quad lock with their USB charger onto my Blackbird in place of my existing GPS mount. I've already got a RAM mount on my bike, so I've opted for their RAM mount version of the mount, a case to suit my phone, and then the charger. So let's have a look and see what we got. So this is the actual quad lock mount itself with a 1-inch ball on to suit the RAM mount. You can buy different colour levers for these. I didn't bother. But yeah, there's some options there. And we've got the phone case, which allows you to fit your phone onto here somehow. Be an awful lot easier once it's on the bike. And then we've got the USB charger here, which actually fits into the mount. So we've got some instructions, the mount, some stickers. So first thing we're going to do is have a look at fitting the charger port into the mount itself. It looks like we need an Allen key to do that. And it comes with a longer bolt as well, which is quite handy. So let's find some tools. And we'll take this mount apart and fit the charger module into that first. So it looks like we need a 3mm Allen key. Okay, so this has got little teeth on it, which look like they interlock. You can see the USB charger has got a longer bolt with it. So let's get rid of that one. Thread this one through here. And then it looks like we can orientate the USB charger port wherever we want it. Now on my bike we've got a Garmin mount on here at the moment, and I'm going to run the cable in the same way. So I want the cable to come out on the right hand side like that. And then we'll refit the ball on there, tighten that back up. There we go. So nice compact little USB charger. Looks like it's got plenty of cable on it. So we've got a quick disconnector on it, which is useful. And then some terminals to allow it to be connected to the battery. We'll come on to power connections in a bit, but the first thing I'm going to do is remove the mount that's already on my bike. Let's get the seat off here first. This is my nice new seat from Elsmade, which I'll do a review on at some point. On the Blackbird I've got to lift the tank up to thread the cable through. So if you have a naked bike, then this would probably be a little bit easier. It's not too difficult though on here. So let's make a start on it. On my bike, I don't like to connect accessories directly to the battery. It can cause flat batteries. So I fitted an additional relay into my bike just here. The relay is switched from an ignition live from the fuse box, and the power circuit for the relay comes directly from the battery and is grounded to the frame. That means that all my accessories are only on when my bike has its ignition turned on. At the moment I've got two power outlets here. One is for the heated grips, which we've got up here. The other one goes to my existing GPS mount, which I'm just going to unplug for now. And this is where the new quad lock mount will actually plug in. So I'm just going to lift the tank up on my bike. Just needs a couple of tools. Fairly straightforward job, to be honest. Most bikes are similar, only if you pick up the right size socket. Most bikes are similar. In the way the tank's fitted, it's normally got a fastener at the back and then either a hook at the front or a hinge at the front, depending on the bike. On the Blackbird, I also need to disconnect the fuel gauge sensor wires, just so there's enough room to lift the tank up. And then I just need something to prop the tank up with. You can use virtually anything. If you've got the original toolkit, it actually comes with a tool to do this. I don't, so I'm gonna improvise with something else. So in the end I needed to take my tank off. There's a cable tie just here. Not the end of the world, but it's made it a little bit more difficult. Hopefully this will unthread now. So like I mentioned, I've already got a ram mount on my bike, which is just here, and an adapter for the Garmin. So what I've already got is I've already got a ram mount adapter here, which should allow us to get this mounted on here temporarily, just enough to hold it for a moment. Then we'll look at routing the wire through in a minute. I am going to change the connectors on the power cable to match my bike. So these are standard Japanese bullets. Looks like I need 2 male ones. So I'm just going to cut those off. If you wanted to, you could connect this to the battery. It's no big deal. Like I mentioned, I'd much rather have all of my accessories switched with the bike. So there we go, just changed the connectors over on there. So now we can plug that directly into my bike, making sure the polarity is correct. Then what we're going to do is just route this cable along here, similar to how the other one was. Just grab a few cable ties. Just going to try and thread this through here. Again, this is all specific to my bike. If you have a different bike, then you'll probably take a different route to this. Obviously you need to make sure you've got enough slack in this cable to allow your steering to move freely. With it mounted here, it doesn't need too much slack. Just enough to there we go. That's a nice length. Some things have got a huge amount of extra material or extra wires on them. That's not a bad length at all, that one. So it's nice and easy to tuck all the cables out of the way. I'll just finish getting a few more cable ties on here just to tidy it all up. And it looks like the controller for my heated grips has fallen off its sticky pad, which isn't very helpful. So we'll deal with that as well in a minute while we're here. Okay, that's about it. So we're just going to put everything back together. Get the fuel tank back on. Reconnect all the hoses. We'll see how we get on with it. You always find you have to take the fuel tank off a bike when it's full of fuel very soon after you've just filled up, which is always a pain. Reconnect all my hoses. If you are taking fuel hoses off a bike, or your fuel tank off your bike, please be careful. Fuel is flammable. Don't want anyone setting fire to themselves unnecessarily. I'm going to drop the fuel tank back down again. Make sure our cable's not trapped. Do those back up. Next thing we're going to do is just make sure that the charger is working before we put everything back together. For that I'm going to need a USB cable, which I left in the house. Okay, I've got my USB cable that I forgot. So this just plugs in to the side of here. Let's have a look at fitting the case onto my phone. So I've currently got a drop-proof case on my phone. Let's see how this fits. Fits okay. It's actually not dissimilar to the one that I had in terms of size, so I may actually just leave it in this quad lock case permanently. So it's very easy to fit on there. Let's plug this in, turn the ignition on. We are getting charge. So you can see, charging. So nice thing about the quad lock is it will allow you to have your phone in different orientations. So if you're using Google Maps or similar, or you're just using it for notes, then it will quite easily allow you to do that. Okay, so this is a fast charger. It's not an extra fast charger, but it looks like it will work. It doesn't obstruct the dash at all, which is good. Obviously I've got some adjustment on this anyway, so I could put it somewhere else if I wanted to, and it will still clear the tank. So it gives us plenty of options. So there we go, that's fitting the quad lock holder and charger onto my Blackbird. Hopefully you found it useful. If you did, hit like, subscribe, and we'll be back with more stuff very soon.